Hi, everyone. This is the one and only Miss TR. I have a great story to tell you guys, but I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if people start to come in the room. And I advise all women to do what this woman has done when you end up in a certain predicament. I'm going to try to be able to read about it without hopefully dropping off. Hopefully I could do. Hopefully I could do that because yeah, hopefully I could do that. I don't know. I want to be able to read the entire write up that I made. So anyway, it's about this Guyana woman. She was sleeping. It was, of course, she was sleeping late at night. She lived alone. She was young, 24-year-old young Guyana woman. And this guy came and broke into her home. He took the TV, her computer, some jewelry, some clothing, and then he found her laying in the bed. On finding her laying in the bed, she was dead asleep and she sleeps very hard. When she woke up, he was on top of her. Okay. And with him being on top of her, she was able to get him up off, but he forced himself to have sex with her. And then he had the audacity to try to force her to give him fellatio, as you know, as oral sex. So she agreed so he wouldn't shoot her. So what she did, she bit it off. When she bit it off, she was able to call the police and he was arrested without a Peter. Isn't that something? It's crazy news. She bit his wee wee off. So when you go to protect yourself, women, there's more ways than one to be able to protect yourself. Use your teeth, not just your hands and your nails. You use your teeth as a number one weapon. Your teeth can bite off steak, it can bite off any type of flesh. I see I have two people up, one person in here. Let's see who we got. I'm gonna see if I could see anyone because hmm, I'm on my cell phone, so I can't see who's here. So comments. I don't see any comments, and I'm doing this from my phone, so I kind of like if I can invite. Can I invite guests here? Okay. Copy. Let's see how that goes. And I gotta see how I could put it up on the screen, up on banner. Is it banners? Oh, for this is banners. I don't know how to use it for the phone for you guys to come up. I am so lost. Broadcast info, private chat. Let's go into private chat. Nope, not there. Oh God, I don't want to have to pull up my computer. Oh, okay, there we go. We got, hey, Marianne, how are you? Yeah. Hey, Dr. J, how you doing? I thank you for coming along. I'm not going to be here long, but I just read that story. I don't know if you caught it from the beginning. A Guyana woman, the title's going to be Take a Bite Out of Crime. He robbed her, raped her, and then tried to get her to give him oral sex. And she said, okay, don't kill me, don't kill me. So when she went to go do it, instead she gave him oral sex, all right, she bit his wee wee off, completely off. Hey, Marianne, look, you got to do what you got to do. I would have bit it off too. I definitely would have bit it off. He would have lost all his senses. You bite that off, he would have lost his mind. Yeah, 'cause he tried to rape her. Yep. And he ended up going to jail, and then he ended up getting shamed because a woman bit his Peter off. Hey, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, that's what he gets. So when women end up, even guys get raped too. When they get into certain positions and someone wants to rape you, and then they're gonna force your head down there, just tell them okay. And when you get down there, you latch onto it where they can't even shake your head off. Because if they're gonna kill you, they're gonna kill you with you latched on, which means you win. They have to be walking around with your head dangling from there. Because I will bite it off down to, but she completely bit it off, completely off, completely off. I read that I was rolling, talking about a bite out of crime. She did that. She took a big bite out of crime, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. So how was everybody's holiday? I haven't seen you. I don't think I did. Jeremy, Dr. J's, Marianne, I haven't seen you. Haven't seen you at all. But I hope everybody's holiday was good. Mine was quiet. I did the cooking and then I sent the food over to my granddaughter's house because she has her own place. And what they did was eat over there. By the time I was finished cooking, I didn't I was exhausted. Hey, my friend. Hey, Cassandra. Oh my God. How are you? Hi. I haven't seen you people in the chat. This is my buddy, Cassandra. She makes lifelike dolls, and she does inspirational reading. So check out her channel. Really interesting, really interesting. And it's not like just tarot card reading. It's like inspiration. I call it inspirational reading because it helps guide you. And she makes, like I said, lifelike dolls. Hi, 1SP. How are you? God bless. I thank you guys for joining me. I haven't been live to carry a conversation in a long time. In a long time. Um, After the big purge that YouTube did and took away like 60 people away from me, it was so discouraging because I was really trying hard to work up my subscribers and they just fell. And I was just so discouraged. Dr. J's raid. Oh, well, thank you, Dr. J. Jeremy, thank you so much. Yes, Authentic is really cool. Check her out. She's not only she beautiful on the outside, she's also gorgeous on the inside. Very loving woman. I met her what years ago, and we kind of taken friends to one another. She's such a sweetheart. Um, yeah. She has a doctoring degree, and she's a professor. So I think in psychology and stuff like that. So she's really good. So if you have any questions about certain things, just go onto her channel and ask them. She's a real person. She's not fake. She's very humble and she's very loving. I love her. Love her very much. Love her very much. Yeah. You did cook for Thanksgiving, Marianne? Okay. You cook for Thanksgiving. Did you cook the traditional meal like turkey, stuffing, um? Or, okay, and stuff like that? What I cooked, I didn't cook the turkey. My granddaughter's boyfriend cooked the turkey. I did the tuna macaroni. I did the stuffing. I did the collard greens with smoked turkey in it. What else did I do? I did something else. Oh, I know that it wore me out. I did something else. I can't think of it. But by the time I was done, I definitely wasn't hungry because you know when you're cooking, you're tasting the food. I definitely wasn't hungry. Oh, you did pies? I didn't do pies. I did everything. My cooking was that. Oh, I did cornbread. That's what I did. I did cornbread in a cast iron frying pan. Everything I had to do fresh that morning. The only thing I didn't do fresh that morning was the collard greens because I cooked them in a crock pot and they were cooking that night into the next day. Because you know collard greens take a fresh, especially fresh. They take a good minute to or two to cook. I know, exhausted, exhausted. You know, because not only are you cooking, you're cleaning it up too, and then after you clean up, you gotta set the food up, cover it up, make sure and and it's a mess to the point where you're wiping down counters, you drop stuff on the floor, you're in and out. Yeah, I did cornbread. I do my cornbread in a cast iron frying pan. I always make my cornbread and bake it in a cast iron frying pan. Always, it's tradition. Yeah, I love cornbread. So does my family. They love my cornbread. But like I said, by the time I got done, I was extremely exhausted. They were like, Nina, you coming over? I'm like, no, I don't have the energy. I laid down and started looking at a movie, and next thing I know, I was asleep. So, Cassandra, if you're still in here, what have you been doing? I miss you. Yeah, that's true. I have to do it for me, not just for you too. I have to be able to get motivated too. And by when I lost all those people after all that hard work, and I was trying to get to my 1K, and I only had like 100, because it would have been like three more, I would have had 900 subbies. And I woke up one day and I had 800, almost 700. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, what happened to all these people? Oh my God. I just wasn't understanding it. And then when I went into YouTube Studio, it was in there and it was explained why that happened. But it traumatized me. Okay. Blessings to you too, Cassandra. Love you, girl. And thank you for your support as always. And people, pick up her name there and just check her out. You know, she even shows you how to make dolls, cultural dolls, real life dolls with body parts and everything. Yeah, Dr. J. Yeah, I know. Well, I'll be 65, and I'm right up in the age with you. And once you just get discouraged, it's kind of a fight to get your brain focused back. But I have some plans written out. There's some changes that I'm gonna make to my channel. And my channel is definitely going to be a positive one. I love you so much too, Cassandra. Yeah, but you've been on a ball with your videos. It's like I'll be like, oh God, I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. Yes, she does great dolls. And she doesn't do action figures, but she does real life dolls. And they're cultural dolls, the African American dolls. And matter of fact, when you go to her channel, all the dolls that are behind her are the ones that she made. She's also an author. She's also an author of several books. She's cool people, yeah. And her dolls speak to her, and I don't mean kooky like Wookie speak like in the ear, but when you start creating something, it speaks to you and it shows you how it wants to be created. And that's just and people who have that, ability to be able to hear, then you're great designers. Designers and people who create stuff, the item talks to them and tells them what is needed. I don't know, Jeremy. I don't see how could that offend their child. I could see if it was hard rock, but you don't play that acid rock stuff. Oh, it got denied. Oh, you find another way. People are always doing something to discourage. Like, if you don't like what I have on my page, then don't click on it. That's the way I look at it. When you create, and Jeremy, when you create the music, it speaks to you. Everything when you go into create something, it talks to you. It tells you what to do, where to go, how it's done. Music, when you start to create, the sounds will talk to you and tell you what tune to play. Everything in creation speaks to you and tells you how to design it. And that's just how God does it. Yes. Let you know when certain beats to come in, when does the bass come in, how to skip the bass, if it's going to be a time 1, 2, 3, 4, is it going to be a 4 count? Is it going to be 8 count? All that speaks to you. And making dolls, the doll tells you, I'm going to do get red hair on this one, because the doll is saying, look, the doll actually talks to you and tells you how to build it. Anybody who is a great builder, their items spoke to them and told them how to build them. Yes, music comes from God. And as you create, it speaks to you. Timing, rhythm, harmony, all that. Yes, it does. But how I found authentic beauty, spirituality, I was searching for dolls, black dolls, because I want to learn how to do dolls. And I came up on her page, and she actually made African dolls, body parts, real body parts, like the way our bodies are formed. So some of the dolls are just for grown-ups because they are literally made like a human form. And then you have little girl dolls, because I have Jules and Julian that she made, and then she get had it just for me. I have my dolls, and they're gorgeous. I'm like a little girl when I see them. I literally hug them. Then I have a adult doll. Her name is Hadassah. She's at my studio, and she sits with me while I create. She sits right there, and she's a sassy one like me. She's a sassy doll. She has some of me in her. And she looks at you with them big old pretty eyes and the flamboyant eyelashes, and her hair all down sexy, and her voluptuous boobs, something that I used to have. It reminds me of what I used to have. I don't have that anymore. I'm like an old lady now. I can't even stand to wear a bra. But she's right there with me. So it's like something there when I start talking. Does seem like I'm talking to myself with a computer. It's like having someone near and I'm talking. May sound crazy, but that's what I do. She's a beautiful doll. She is beautiful. And she was made with love and given to me with love, which makes it even more outstanding. More when somebody gives you a gift and you can actually feel the love of the gift. So yeah, I like stuff like that. Right. I don't understand. Marianne, I could see if Jeremy played acid rock, that'll do anything to anybody's head. But the type of music that he plays is like, are you for real? Some of his stuff is almost like disco. It's like, what? So, and not only that, his mind isn't, he's not an offensive type of guy. So he's not going to produce that type of music. He doesn't have that in him. So, it's just, Jeremy, I guess we just have to, you know, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. And 2021 is going to be a new year for all of us, for new beginnings. And yes, Jeremy, the 2021 is going to be a new beginning, and I'm sure 2020 is going to go out with a blast, but we can gain the control of our home again, and whatever that's foul, that's not of God, we can get out. You're just going to have to start opening up windows, start praying and commanding those spirits to get out your house, close the windows, and put some sage over your doors and windows, or some prayer oil. And if it's not of God, it can't come in. Nothing negative, because, oh my God, it's like we have to start all over again. But you know something? Praise God that we're here and alive to start all over again, right? We have to start all over again. What Trump did in 4 years, it's going to take more than 4 years to repair it. He did so much damage, not only to our country, but our allies as well, where they don't trust us. They really believe that the presidency was stolen. They got people all over the world thinking that the Democrats stole the election, and it's not true. It's not true at all. However, it's what do you call it? It's, oh God, it's like a conspiracy set up in their mind, and it's his ego, because he's having a problem being defeated. He doesn't like it. And not only that, you gotta look at it that he has, most of it is hate, yes. But you also have to look at it, he has a lot to lose. So I can't blame him for the way he's acting. The way he's acting is unexcusable, but I understand why he's acting. For one, he's got a lot of people that he has to pay, and he doesn't have that money. Like, that's why we couldn't see his taxes. IRS can't wait to get a hold of him. And the attorney general in New York they are waiting for him. They had it that, no, she is waiting for him. So but he'll have money. I don't even think he's going to go back to New York. If anything, he'll probably go back to Florida. Melania went back to New York. So he's got, like, what, 49 days before he's out. And it's not going to be it's going to, put it this way, he's going to have to leave, because they'll get the MPs, the National Guard or whatever, to get him out of there. And he doesn't want that kind of embarrassment. Yes, they said that he's going to be arrested for a lot of things. He's wanted in New York. He is a criminal. And you also have to realize that he committed treason. He doesn't get off of that. He has been impeached. They just didn't walk it out because they figured this is his last year. But that man has been impeached due to treason. And he wants to pardon himself, and he can't do that. However, what he could do is resign, and then Michael Pence could be the president for whatever, how many weeks, and pardon him, but he can't pardon him for everything. He got rape charges. He owes people money that they worked and built buildings for him that he never paid. He owes the bank. He owes the IRS. He committed treason. He's been impeached, and he's in trouble for fraud. Those are four big things. So he's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. And Melania, I'm pretty sure she knows all that's going on. Well, she never wanted to be a part of all this. So she's most likely packed up her bags after Christmas or whatever, and she's out of there. The U.S. Marshals. Okay, thank you, SB. I knew it was something. I know that's why I said the MPs, but it's the U.S. Marshals. He has to leave. And talking about him, he's gonna go out with a bang now. He's gonna go out with a bang. It's gonna hit. It's gonna be forever in the history books. Believe me, he will be forever in the history books. And I hope he does. You know what? He's a real jerk, but I don't want him dead. I got a feeling he's gonna have a stroke or something because he's got it. Oh my God, he's in so much trouble with money. And if he got the 4 years, he would have been able to pay back a lot of stuff. There's a lot of illegal things that he did in the presidency street where he abused his power. Yeah, people from other countries, instead of them staying at a particular place, um, where the White House keeps the people, and stuff. They were on his golf course, and he was making money off of them. He was doing a lot of illegal stuff. But you know what, too? You know he's throwing a lot of his homies under the bus, too. If they don't agree with him, like whatever, the some guy with Department of the Security told him that what was it, that the election, everything was legal and they mapped everything out. And then instead of him pulling into office and giving him a pink slip and firing him, he fired him for the world to see on Twitter. How do you fire someone on Twitter? Oh God, how low can you go? You're a coward. He could have had one of his right hand men call the guy in and talk to him and say, we no longer need your services. No, he fired him on Twitter. That shows you what type of person he is. When he started saying about Hillary going to jail, well, it just kicked him in the butt. Now he's going, yes, karma, karma, karma. I just, you know what it is? I don't want his son Barron, to suffer. And although Melania is a real jerk and she's got a lot of nerve because she's an immigrant herself, and to hear the things she says about the immigrants, she married into citizenship. She wasn't born in citizenship, nor did she take, where they take the sworn in. She was married into citizenship when she married Donald. But I still wouldn't want anything to happen to her, because if something happens to her, then something happens to their son Baron, and Baron is what all his mother has. Or that's all he has is his mom. She shelters him, you know. He's a big, handsome young boy. He looks like he's about 6'1". He's 14 years old and he's taller than his mother and father. And I mean, when taller than his mother, with her having heels on. And he towers up over his father if you Google him. He looks just like Donald in his younger day. He is a handsome boy, and he has his mother's eyes. He's a handsome boy, poor thing. I think he's an introvert. Either he's an introvert or he has Asperger's or something like that. He's like very like sheltered, like he doesn't make eye contact, and stuff like that. But he appears to be a very well mannered got a little boy, and he speaks two languages. He speaks fluent English and Slovakian. He speaks his mother's language fluent, because that's all I heard that they speak in the house. Only time he speaks English is when he speaks to his dad. Well, the Supreme Court ain't standing up too much against Trump. He uses a lot of people, boy, and they won't stand up against him. It's like, dang, what does he have? Even Nixon didn't have that. And Nixon was impeached. They had him, he resigned. They impeached him and he resigned. So there was three presidents that were impeached. Nixon, Clinton, and Trump. So it's just crazy. So is everybody ready for the next holiday that's coming up? I don't celebrate Christmas like I used to when the kids were younger. Honestly, I really could care less. Sad to say, I could care less. Let me sleep late at night. Let me have a nice breakfast. If I get gifts, I get gifts. If I don't, I don't. I don't have that kind of financial money like I used to since I got sick. And people need to focus more on survival than on presence because the second wave, some parts is second wave of COVID, and other parts of the states is the third wave of COVID. Trumpy is a coward. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. See, he's a narcissist, and people who have money, a lot of money, well, some of them are just not very humble, and they're miserable people. They're rude and they're nasty, and they make demands, and their ideas is zero no higher. It's my way or the highway, or you're fired, or get out of here, or get out. You call him a donkey? Yeah, he's a donkey, all right. They say he wears Pampers now. That's the joke that he wears Pampers, and I was like, well, he's that age to wear Pampers. He's of that age. And President-elect Biden fractured his ankle playing with his dog, so he's walking around with a boot. So I guess he could take that boot and boot the Trump out, right? Oh goodness, oh goodness me. Thought she whatever it is, whatever language, he's fluent, and that's the only language they use in the house. And they said because the Secret Service men don't understand what they're saying, and they speak their language, and the only time they speak English is when Trump is around. He only speaks English to his father, but he's fluent with the of his mother's language, which is cool because that's his heritage. That's good that she did that. Well, America's gonna become great again. It's gonna become great again. We got a lot of, band-aids to put over some things. Oh, some things we could at least put a band-aid over, and let it heal. Because right now he got open sores everywhere. China wanting to, and Iran, and all this other stuff. These people we were our allies. Russia, all these people are our allies. And then we got a numbskull acting like this. They don't trust us. And not only that, they probably don't trust us because they probably feel that if we did this to our own people, what would we do to them? So there's a lot of mending to do, not only with other countries, but with ourselves. There is such a spirit of hate in our country. It's such a spirit of hate. It's horrible. One thing I can say with him being in office, thank you. One thing about him being in office, that you get to see who. who is who where people's hearts are at. Yes, Marianne. Marianne says, I figure it's not our birthday. We give gifts to our Lord Jesus Christ, and people should focus on the true meaning of Christmas. True, but it's become commercialized. Christmas was created in the early 1900s. Before then, there was nobody celebrated Christmas. Yes, Jeremy, he's messing with Iran now, and it's a lot of craziness. But oh yeah,
No, here. I have my own food on the stove.
so yeah, if you look at the history, Christmas wasn't until the early 1900s. They didn't celebrate Christmas, just like Thanksgiving. It has nothing to do with the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims came over and raided the and lied to the indigenous people, the Native American Indians, and they shared their knowledge with them, and they turned around and used it against them and conquered and killed them and took their land. The colonizers. If you really go back and you really read it, all that stuff that we learned in school is a lie. Cowboys aren't the rightful people on here. Texas was Mexico. The United States separated and took over and called it Texas. All that used to be a part of Mexico. They stole it, and then they pushed the Mexican out. So people say you need to go back where you come from. No, we need to go back to where we come from. We went and pushed back them, and then made it and said this is Texas, Colorado, all that. That was indigenous people. They pushed them back that way, and we claimed that land. Yes, I. Well, you know what? He blew it for himself, and I pray to God that he didn't blow everything for us. That Biden and Kamala Harris will be able to mend off the people, and he's picking his cabinet too, and his cabinet is versatile. It's not like as they call old white money that are set in their ways and thinking. It's not like that. They got new faces, young faces, people that are going to be carrying the torch, and they're multicultural, all multicultural. And he said it, and it's not only gonna be all white men. It's gonna be women up in there. He said you're gonna see a lot of different flavors up in there, and he said it. He said white people, brown people, black people. He named it. If you got the skills, it has nothing to do with your gender. You're in there. He says he's gonna fill the cabinet to look like us. The American people, not just one type of people. So, and as far as Christmas goes, my daughter asked me what I want. I want three things, and it's going to cost some money. So, for one, I want a pair of eyeglasses. I need a brand new pair of eyeglasses so I could drive at night. I want I want a bread maker. I want the Emerald, what's it called? Emerald Lassie 360 conventional oven. And this one over there. Oh yeah, and I want a knitting machine. And all that together might cost about $500 for all of it. So If I hope, first of all, I need my glasses. I need my glasses so I can see. You see, the glasses that I have, I got duct tape all on them. Who has no respect, Jeremy? My daughter just made me a big old sandwich. She got sausage, big piece of sausage with a fried egg on an English muffin. Yummy. Oh, Trump. He doesn't have respect for himself because if he had respect for himself, he has no dignity. It's like whatever means all he cares about is himself. You know, his motto is me, myself, and I. While our country is dying, he's playing golf.
You need to catch up anymore?
Yeah, I need to catch up on this
So
side.
you didn't put it on the whole time?
I put on a little bit. So all he cares is himself. And one thing about when you're like that, if he ever is sick and ended up in a hospital, he's not gonna get in drooling and whatnot. Nobody's gonna be really helping him. You do reap what you sow. You do reap what you sow. Oh, I'm not asking for much. My daughter would think so, because it'll cost about $500. The convectional oven is about 100. They got it on sale now for 150. The bread machine is about $100. My glasses is about $100 because I got the frames and I took the examination. We just got to get the prescription filled. And the knitting machine is like $100. You know, I'm very crafty. I like to knit, crochet. But I found a machine online that I could knit much faster if I use this to make the same kind of product. So I strongly believe that, you're to work smarter, not harder. Karma is something that nobody gets away with. It may even skip a generation and get it. It may not come to you personally, but something bad can happen to your kids because of what you did or your grandchildren. Look at the Kennedys. Karma because of their father. Every last Kennedy had a tragic. Trump doesn't have that much money. Yes, he's always bragging. You got to remember that he only paid like $750. We pay more than that in taxes working at McDonald's, okay? And he cheated them out of that. And then he's not a millionaire. It just so happens that people uses his name, and that's how he makes the money. He's not a person that has money. Of course, a person that always brags doesn't really have it. Someone, if you have to brag to convince people, you ain't really got it. It's just like, this is funny. A guy sits there and brags about his D reedy, how big it is, and you find out it ain't no more bigger than your pointer finger. People, guys brag about something that they really don't have. Oh, I got this, I got that. And when you go, you be like, what? Come to find out they only got a box spring in the mattress. If that, they might just have the mattress thrown on the floor. If you got to brag to convince people, that's sad. Me, I don't want anybody knowing what I got because I don't want nobody trying to steal it from me. So I'll act like I ain't got nothing. I don't brag. I don't say nothing. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you. I like this style too. I gotta get it's a wig. Although my hair is the front part is my hair. I want to get a red one. I love this color on me. I think it's more my age. Thank you so much. Yep, I love wearing wigs. I used to at one time. I didn't wear it because my hair was so long. It would touch like it went past my hip. I had long dreadlocks, beautiful locks. But chemo, when I was doing chemotherapy behind breast cancer, it all came out. And people say, "Are you gonna let your hair grow back again?" I'm like, that took almost 12 years. That was 11 and a half years for me to get my hair like that. And it's a thing of the past. That's right, the sins of the parents. We can end up, yeah, and it's called generational curse, which is karma. Your parents or your grandparents did bad. That's why a lot of the colonizers, ones that did the slavery and hung and did those things to, to the blacks, that they don't curse their family line. They curse their family line, and their people are trying to find what's going on with them and how to get out of it. You don't get away with nothing. All those people that did what they did to the slaves, oh no, they're gonna burn in hell for that. They're gonna burn in hell for that. Their children, their children's children, because they were raised up in it and they think it was right. All that and it's sad. And who's gonna show? And they're gonna ask for mercy and not have mercy. Hmm. And all those slaves that went to heaven and was tortured and killed and raped and not only the women were raped, the men were raped. They called it backbreaking. And that's how they would get the men to submit to them. Yes, I love that red color. Yeah, I like the red like strawberry red hair. I look pretty. I look good in I look good at basically all the colors as long as it's not too dark. Because my skin is very light. So if the hair is too dark, it'll kind of wash me out a little bit. And I don't wear makeup. I just wear, I color in my eyebrows because my eyebrows didn't come in from after the chemo. I didn't get all my eyebrows in. And I wear lipstick. That's it. I don't wear nothing else. Nothing else. No face makeup, no rouge. I might have eyelashes pre-put on, but I have them put on so very thin and light that it just gives my eyes a pop.
I'm not cooking nothing. I'm not cooking nothing.
So, yes, generations will suffer for what has happened. Yep, they will suffer for what their grandparents and their great grandparents did, and some of them really feel like that it was right for what they did. See, bigotry is something that you're taught. You're not born into it. When you come out of your mother's womb, you're not prejudiced. You grow and you are taught for people to be inferior to you. You're taught. You're taught that the color of the skin that's different from yours is anything that's different from what you look like is something wrong with it. And that's wrong. Different doesn't mean something's wrong. It's just different line of beauty. Who else is here? Is Marianne, Jeremy? Everybody else left, huh? Unless we got somebody in the bushes. Because it's saying four and I only see two. SP, I wonder if you're still here. You didn't say anything. If you're still here, shout out. If not, then I know you're not here anymore. Oh, we got five people, but I don't know who the five people are. I know. See, the things you get away with on earth does not mean you'll get it on Judgment Day. You'll get away with it. And you know what the super sad thing is, Marianne? A lot of them think that they were right, and they think they're going to make it into heaven. They're going to we're talking about, I worshiped you, Lord. I praised you, Lord. I love you, Lord. But you did these things to these people. You stop wearing makeup. I don't wear face makeup. I will put on a lip liner and lipstick. And because my eyebrows has to be penciled in, because like I said, when the chemo took it out, it all didn't come back. And what you see there is I got pencil a little bit and lipstick. That's it. For one, I'm lazy. I used to wear all the makeup, but now I'm lazy. When you start getting older, it's like I'm clean. I'll go out. I don't care if my colors don't match. I'm only going to the store. I'm clean and you don't smell me. I know. So, yeah. But no, I don't wear makeup like I used to. I do need to take better care of my skin because as I'm getting older, I know gravity is setting in. And you can see in the pics, like I'm starting to get lines. And I need to start drinking more water and put moisturizers to my face. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're not going to look your age because you have all that in you. We age differently. Are you American Indian or Asian Indian? Like from, like from India type, or you're American Indian? Well, guys, you know what? I'm getting ready to go. I'm gonna eat what my granddaughter fixed me. And I guess I'll catch you on another live, okay? Okay, blessings, and I thank you so much. I thank you so much for hanging out here with me. And I hope to do this more. Okay, blessings everyone. Love you. Bye bye.